Going on, guys? We're back. Just gonna be another short stream here. Just gonna be keeping an eye on these pairs. Wanted to do this live so you guys could actually see this happening in live time. So you guys could see exactly what it is we're looking for, how we're looking for it, what zones we're looking for it in, the timing of it as well, right? So we know 8:15 we had news come in. Nothing crazy happened, right? So the main pairs I'm gonna focus on, right, is gonna be GJ, it's gonna be GU, it's gonna be Euro USD, right? And I'm gonna look at US 30. So at this point, I'm just going to keep GJ on this tab, right? And what I'm looking for here is an engulfing candle. If this green candle closes above the gold box, right, we could look for price to retest back in this zone in the 1 minute time frame, and we could look for an entry to go up, right? If price doesn't, if this green candle is not an engulfing green candle, then there's no entry for us, and we'll go on to the next one, right? GU on the other hand, GU already kind of gave me my entry a little bit early, so at this point, I'm just waiting to see what price wants to do. Stop loss is at break even, or a little bit above break even in profit. Waiting to see what price wants to do, right? We got a change of character, haven't given us a BOS yet. So at this point, if for some odd reason in the next 30 minutes, right, GU just decides to consolidate in this area where we're still trading between, we're not going to say the low and the high, right? Let's say we're trading between the change of characters high and this high, and we just stay in between here for 30 minutes. That's something that could happen. Not something that I'm thinking is going to happen, but it could happen. So we're just going to be following price to see what happens. If price breaks, gives us a break of structure, we know we could get a retest, and once we get this retest, that'll be the entry. So we have 30 minutes until 9:30 hits. So I'm gonna condense it down to 3 pairs. Just gonna be looking at GU, GJ, and US 30. Again, why US 30 is just because it's an NYC pair. Would love to see what price wants to do up here, right? Pretty much I'm waiting for this 30-minute candle. The 30-minute breaks this high, right? Our next equivalent high that we want to see price respect would be here. So let's see what price is gonna do, right? Remember, I had this little sell in from this morning when we first did our analysis. I'm like, all right, I could see a potential buy up to the zone, and then maybe here we'll look for prices turn around, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think price is gonna break today, so that's what I'm looking for. Break above these highs, then we know those buys are gonna be in order. So let's keep a look at GJ. I'm gonna keep an eye on here since we have 5 minutes for this green candle. I just want to confirm this one first before anything else, right? Because this is going to be the trade for the day. If there's any trade to keep an eye on, it's going to be GJ if we could get price to go up. Still looking for price for GU to break above, not a candle, not a wick. I want to see a candle closure. Instagram is so easy, man. Holy shit. It's crazy. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll still be here. I'm just going to be muted and just going to chill into this live stream here. Right, if there's anything to call out, I'll call it out. But if not, I'm just going to be chilling. But if you guys have any questions, just let me know. All right, gentlemen and ladies, right? So let's take a look. I want to take a look at G real quick in the 1 minute time frame, right? We failed to break out of the BOS 9 a.m. Still got time, right? So let's um let's take a step back, right? And let's go look at GJ, right? GJ in the 30 minute. Here at these lows, we would have loved to see this red, green engulfing. Would have loved to see that, right? Let's take a step back a little bit further. Right? Let's go to the 15 minute. Right? Why the 15 minute time frame? Right? When we're looking at GJ is a really big pair. Right? So when we're looking at the 30 minute time frame, we can see that okay, price on the candlesticks looks condensed. Here in the 15, we have a little bit more to work with. Right? You can see price is a little bit more extracted. Right? Comparing the 15 to the 30, we can see that in the 15 we did get that engulfing candle. Now, am I going to use it? Honestly, this would be the zone. Right? Let's say we would use this zone. We'd be looking at it now in the 1 minute time frame, right? From the 15 to the 1. Right? And at this point, I'm looking like we had lower low, lower high, lower low, right? And then here we had the change of character. Once we got the change of character, you know, now we're trading between that high and this low. I want to see now here, anywhere do we have an engulfing candle in the 1 minute? Right, in the lows, red, green. Here, no. Here we had red, green. But this is at the top of the zone. This isn't like a lower high at the bottom of the break, right? So this we know that this isn't a strong engulfing, right? And we don't have any of them here. So the confirmed, right, a confirmed entry for GJ, if we were to use that engulfing candle, right, the rules stay aside. Even though even though the engulfing is in the 15 minute, right, the rules still stay the same, right? We want to see the 1 minute. Does the 1 minute have an engulfing anywhere here in the pullbacks? If not, then perfect. We're looking for a BOS retest. If we could get price to give us a BOS, right? If we could get price to break, right, retest the zone again, that's the entry to continue going up, right? So that's what I'm looking for at this point. If not, if we don't get that, then we have no entry. Right, and then for GU, it's the same, pretty much the same idea. Right here in the 15 minute, we don't have a red, green. Right here in the 30 minute, we don't have a red, green. Here in the 5 minute, we don't have one either. So we still don't have anything to confirm us here in this side. Right, but then when we go to the 15 here on GU, right, we have one here. Which then again here in the 1 minute, we're looking for the same thing, an engulfing green, red, or I'm sorry, red, green, right, which we don't have here. So I'm like, okay, why do we have this entry? Right, because now in the lower time frame, right, I'm looking at the internal breaks. Right, we got the break, retest of the zone, continue to go up. Right, so if now we could get a break of structure, which is why I'm not going to be marking this, right? In the 1 minute, yeah, technically, right, we did get a little change of character back right here at this low. But I'm not going to mark it just yet. I'm going to wait, and I'm just going to let market breathe here, knowing that we have 25 minutes for 9:30 to open. And if we get a BOS, then this will be the entry. Right? BOS retest, well, we can get an entry here. So GJ, let's keep looking, right? GJ, we still know there's no valid entry. And then Euro USD as well. Take a look at Euro USD, right? Euro USD, we know that in the 5 minute we're trading between this low, right? Gave us this high and this low. So now we got a change of character in the 5 minute time frame. And now we know that again we're trading between the low and the high of the zone. Did we get a green, red, green, red? Nope, we didn't close under, so no turnaround there. And then here, did we get a red, green anywhere here at the low? We had red, green engulfing, right? So we know that this is a point of interest. We had this break this low, then this break and this low. Let's take a look. Did we have any green, green, reds here? We had one here. We closed below. Retest continued going down, and then green, and then another one here. So am I gonna use? Oh, wait, no, we don't have one here. We have a small one here in the internal, red, red, green. But that's not. I'm not gonna use this one. Even though we respected it once, we closed above. We could still use it as a BOS, but it's not a strong one, right? Because it's part of the trend internal. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Do we have a red, red, green here? No. Now GJ is back at the low of here, continuing that trend down. See what price. Let's see where price wants to go. And let's take a look at US 30 as well. Are we on the 1 minute? Okay. 30-minute time frame. We made the new high, right? Closure above. Still want to see price break above. Still nothing, man. Still gotta wait. Still just a waiting game for us. Waiting to see what price wants to do. Does price want to give us the push? Does price want to just stay back? Want to just chill? Again, we have another green, green, red, but it's engulfing red with no top or bottom wick. So, and it's in the middle of the trend. Bugging it out. We'll see. Yo, welcome, my brother. Welcome back. Let me know if there's any pair that you want me to go over, or anybody in general. Let me know if there's any pairs you guys want me to go over before NYC opens. So just to retrace, right? We want to see um a re-entry on GU, right? We either want to see price come back into the zone and give us a nice engulfing, but that's the last thing I want to see, right? Initially, I want price to respect these lows, give us a break of structure so we could get another retest, either a retest of the BOS or we'll get a retest after the break of structure of the zone again. Um, that's in the 1 minute. Then in the 30 minute, right? GU is looking for the same thing pretty much. GU, I'm looking for price to give me a BOS as well before entering. And then looking at it from the 30-minute point of view, right? Euro USD, we're right back at the middle of consolidation, right? So this could easily be a type 3 pattern for us, right? Where a 50-50 pattern where price breaks, comes back to halfway of the consolidation, and then continues to go. Or this could be the type 1 pattern, right? Just stop punt, consolidate, break, give us a double bottom down here to then continue going up, right? And the one that the most probable one, it looks like a type 1 pattern will happen. Now, is it what I want to see? Absolutely not, right? I would have loved to see price come back down to cover this 30-minute gap first, so then we could also look for buys down here. But we still want to see the confirmation. So my confirmation that price here is, still going down is going to be if price respects the highs here. Actually, it's this high. If price could respect these highs, then alright, cool. We know we're going to go down. If price doesn't respect those highs, then we know why those highs, because that's the first high of the break of structure, right? We had a change of character, break of structure to then continue going down, right? So if the BOS high could be respected, then we go, right? Another thing to keep an eye on is, do we have a red green, right? Do we have an engulfing candle, or I'm sorry, green red, right? And at this point we don't. This one had a top wick, no bottom wick. We can see prices already getting ready to start going up, right? So Euro USD, right, was one that this type 1 pattern entry for here at the bottom wasn't that safe of an entry. Why? Because remember, we've been scouting this since this morning, right? Not only did we never get an engulfing green candle, but we never got a clean, I guess you could say, change of character in BOS to the top side, right? It wasn't really until here, but at this point, right, I'm trying to look for some type of rules, right? Do we have an engulfing? Do we see any type of other entry criteria besides the change of character BOS, right? So at this point, right, this could have been the entry to go right here to the top, just 20 pips, but we'll see, right? It's still not 9:30, right? So what's our next point of interest is going to be the high of the day, right? We could confirm that this is going to be a type 1 pattern if price breaks the high of the day. Now if price rejects the high of the day, right, then we know that price is going to do the same thing as sorry, I had to sneeze. The same as yesterday's, right? Where price fails to break either the high of the day or the low of the day, and then turns around and goes opposite, right? So we still want to keep an eye here on Euro USD. And GJ again, GJ, we're looking for price to turn around, stay up, right? This internal, or that, not this internal, but this 30-minute, right? We wanted to see price break above, give us an engulfing, but it didn't. Okay. In the 15, however, it did give us the move. So we're using this as a little, okay, it didn't happen in the 30, but if it were to happen in the 30, this is what we're looking for, right? And again, what we're looking for is, did price turn around? Did it start giving us higher highs and higher lows? Which in this case it didn't, right? We're still trading. It wanted to make another higher high, right? But we're still trading between this range, right? The high and the bottom. At this point too, even the internal structure, we're still trading between lower highs and lower lows. So there's still nothing for us here to be like, oh, let's get in this trade now before 9:30, right? We're still waiting. GU, same thing. Right? I still want to see a clean break of structure above the zone for GU. Right? This candle here, this wick is testing. All these candles are testing. This green candle, even though it closed above the zone, is still testing the zone. Right? And then the confirmed break would have been this red candle. If this red candle would have been a green candle and closed above, right, that would have been a BOS to then look for an entry. But since these candles are still testing the zone, nothing for me here. So still no confirmation of these of these uptrend pushes. Damn, man. Oh man. Can you check GU again? Yeah, absolutely. Alright, we're looking for price to give us a clean break. A clean break of structure above this 1 minute zone here. Right, for us to confirm that, okay, yeah, we're gonna get a potential, pull to the top. US 30. Waiting to see still what price wants to do. My bad. So excuse my English, I'm French. So you trade Forex and index at the same time? Actually, I don't trade. It's just a question. Yeah. So I wouldn't say at the same time, but you definitely can. So like for example, if there's a trade on an index pair, so for example, we're looking at US 30 right now. If there's a trade for US 30 that happens now during the NYC session, and there's another trade on, for example, like GBP USD, I'll take those trades. Um, but like indexes, for example, like US 30, S&P, NAS 100, I'm only looking at it during the New York session, right? So before New York session, I'm only looking at the regular currency forex pairs. After New York session or during New York session is when I start looking at US 30, S&P, NAS. Sometimes I look at gold during the NYC session as well. So it just really all depends. It really all depends. Global with the stream. Appreciate y'all being here. Make sure you guys join the Discord. It's free. Um, I'll link it here in the chat. Put my phone down. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. What is your strategy? It's a mixture of a couple things, right? So there's not one strategy that I use, right? The main strategy overall that I use is market maker's pattern. Let me make 1 second so I don't mix up the charts I want to look at. Still looking at GJ for now, keeping an eye on it. Again, we want to see an engulfing candle, so until we don't get one of those, we don't have an entry. So I said this earlier in the stream, but pretty much there's not one strategy, right? Like, some people will tell you, oh, we only use support resistance or only use Fibonacci's or whatever. Um, I trade the markets, right? That's pretty much the only way I could really say that, in the sense of whatever direction the market is giving me, that's what we're trading, right? But again, the overall strategy that we use is market maker's pattern. So I'm only trading the overall trend. So for example, if GBP JPY, though, if it's uptrending, we're only looking for those trades going long, right? And then there's a mixture of there's the people who trade the order blocks, which order blocks are used in the same in the same situation as the FVG zones, was the FVG zones is the same thing as the imbalance. So I use a mixture of a whole bunch of things, and I was able to, how can I correlate this strategy with the rules that I have now? So yeah, it's not one strategy, right? Like if there's a day where there's for example, like a bullish flag post, right? If there's a day where we have a bullish flag post, we'll use our Fibonacci that day. So if we need to use our fib, we use our fib. If again, if there's an imbalance or there's a FVG zone, then we use that strategy, right? And we use it with all our other strategies that we use, right? If there's a trade that we could use the EMAs, which is the EMAs that you just see here on the screen, which is the 50, the 200, and the 800, then we use the EMAs accordingly to the time frame that they correlate to. So it's pretty much a puzzle piece, right? Again, there's not one specific strategy that I use, right? There's a list of just toolbox. It's a toolbox list of strategies, but they're all condensed into one. I use all the rules at the same time. If one rule is not correlating to what we need to look at, then the entry is not valid. Vice versa. So GJ again, we just want to see price turn around. We're still making lower lows and lower highs. So we're gonna keep that one there, and we'll just keep looking at these pairs here in the 30-minute. The other two pairs, right? Euro USD, right? This is where again we want to see it. Is price gonna respect our mid zone, which at this point we see that price is respecting our mid zone, right? Waiting to see this price want to turn around and start going down again, or is it gonna complete the type 1 pattern, right? To then continue going up. And that confirmation would be at the high of the day. If price respects the high of the day, then we know that price is just going to continue going down, right? If price breaks above the high, then we know that this is going to be a type 1 pattern where we're just going to continue trending up to the 4-hour zone. And the other pair was GU and US 30, right? So GU, kind of the same situation, right? waiting to see what price wants to do. Does price want to retest, right, our BOS of the data continue trending down to then look for a flip around here? Or does price want to retest the low of the zone to then start going up, which is what we have drawn out at this point, right? And the confirmation to continue holding to this trade will be after price breaks above the zone. So again, if price still doesn't break above this zone, then there's no trade. There's no re-entry to go long, right? So sounds logic. And how many times it takes you to build a good money management strategy? It's a good question. So how long it took me? So this is years of of work, right? If you join our Discord, you'll see pretty much all the information there. For me personally, how long it took me to really build the foundation, I'm still building it, right? In the sense of the strategy is always getting better and better, right? Because every day the market conditions always change, right? And there's always something new to add on, something new to see. So when it comes to that, it's always kind of evolving, but in the sense of a good foundation to where you could be profitable, you could do that in less than a year if you put in, if you put in the right time. What do you think about NAS 100 daily equal highs? Let's go look at that real quick. So yeah, so NAS is pretty much in the same situation as US 30, right? Only difference, it's this, we're pretty much trading within the zone, right? Which is this 4-hour zone that we're here. So when we're looking at it like this, right, in this point, if price doesn't continue to break above, then again, we just know this is the retest of the top of the zone, and we'll be looking for an entry the same way as yesterday. Right, we fail to break the high, we go down to a lower time frame, and we start looking for lower lows and lower highs. It's 9:32 already, damn. Let's look at US 30 real quick. All right, damn, bro. I gotta start locking in times like literally right before fucking news hits, or before the openings. I'm gonna just miss everything. Let's take a step back. My bad, guys. Damn, man. So, Euro USD went to the 50%, started trending down. So we started looking at, okay, this higher high, higher low, this higher high, higher low. Right, we know that we're trading now between this low, right, and this high. So we still haven't gotten a change of character or BOS, so we still have time for Euro USD. US 30 trading in the 5-minute time frame, right? Green, green, or red, red, green. No bottom wick, so no, that's not a true engulfing. And here in the 1-minute, we had failed to break these highs here, right? And then do we have an engulfing here? We had green, green, red, right? And then another one, green, green, red. So we had a few entry. Yeah, see, that's what I get for not fucking paying attention to the chart when I'm supposed to be. But it's all good. So you see how we missed the entries there on US 30? Beautiful entries to go short. So you know what I'm gonna do now? I'm just gonna focus on these other pairs real quick. So GU, GJ are gonna be the main focus points for me today right now. GJ not so much. I'm not gonna focus that much on GJ. I'll keep my 1-minute time frame chart here. Still looking for the same thing. I'm gonna keep my 30-minute here. So again, Euro USD, we're still at the middle point. Gold, what did gold do? Alright, gold is still 1, 2, 3. We're not expecting any low, expecting a drop or a no net or a rise. Waiting to see what price wants to do here. So gold is gonna be a good one to keep an eye on as well. So I'm gonna keep an eye on gold and GU. What happened? Why the NAS 100 goes up like that? Days ago with the info, I might miss it. What do you mean? Why did NAS go up? You mean? Just following structure, right? Still making higher highs and higher lows. Right, at this point here is where we want to start seeing price turn around. Right, and we can see that that's happening. And like what we saw, right? Our entry already for US 30 is given. Like I'm not even gonna mess with that anymore. I don't like trading US 30. Any of the indexes that trade, like any of the pairs that move a lot and are very expensive, I don't like trading it in the middle. Right? So for example, for US 30, right? This US 30 trade was super simple, right? Super simple. This is I hate that I missed this trade, but it is what it is, right? It's part of the game. I just have to do better. I have to do better at making sure I look at the time before I start explaining different things. So then that way I could, focus on the shit that I gotta focus on. But it's all good. It was my mistake. It's not your guys' fault. Um, so real quick, right? We had the high, right? Higher high, higher low, boom, change of character. We know that we were looking for this high now, right? We're trading between where? We're trading between this high, right, and this low. Now when price got to this high, what are we looking for? We're looking for, okay, do we have any engulfing candles going down, right? We had 1, 2, 3, right? So we knew that we had our point of interest that was here, right? The price got to there, yes. The price break around here, yes, but we still respected the highs. And then again here, we're like, okay, we don't like this entry, which is the aggressive entry, right? We'll wait for the safest one, which is okay. We broke below, and we saw what? We saw green, green, red, right? So green, green, red. What are we looking for? We're looking for price to now break, retest. That's the entry, right? Exit is above the zone, fucking 14 pips. So I continue going down. That's how easy this entry shit is. It's rinse and repeat. Right, and that's our zone. Technically, it wouldn't even be down here. I'd be looking for my exits now around here somewhere. Right, the low of the day, somewhere here. Regardless, right? So that was the entry for US 30. GJ and G is still sitting tall there in the bottom. E is still here too. Now US 30 going down, we could expect EU to go on up. And USD CAD, we could be looking at this to go as well. And we have gold here. Alright, so let's take a look at gold here in the 1 minute time frame. I still want to keep an eye on GU and GJ. Looks like these prices are not ready to go up yet. So I'm gonna keep this again. I'm gonna keep this one in the 1 minute time frame. Go look at gold, right? So gold. And we know we had 3 days of drop. So today I'm expecting either price to give me a no net or I'm expecting a rise. Right at this point, price is now reaching the high of the day. So now that we're at the high of the day, do the same thing. Gold, I'm gonna go to the 5 minute instead of the 1 minute because the 1 minute, well, we could go to the 1 minute in gold. It'll just be it's too much to look at. I mean, not really, but it is. Here in the 5 minute, we don't have a green, green, red. We don't have an engulfing. We have a red, red, green somewhere here. We have red, red. Nope. Right. Nowhere here do we have an engulfing either. So in the 5 minute at least. So still gonna wait. Still gonna wait. Low, high, low, change of character, low, break of structure, break and retest. Keep looking at this here. So we'll keep this in the 1 minute here on gold, and then we'll keep GU here in the 1 minute as well. We'll keep looking. If we don't get something clean before 10 o'clock, then we'll just revert back and we'll be back later tonight. So for me, my first exit is over here at 12 pips. And notice how as soon as that was hit, price wanted to start turning around a little bit. Easy. That's literally how easy trading should be. Where it's like, all right, we're following our rules. As soon as we follow our rules, we see what we gotta do, and boom, we have an easy in and out trade. So in literally less than 10 minutes, we made 200 fucking. I'm sorry, 100 pips. Right. So again, I'm just gonna leave that one. I'm gonna let it go. Oh yeah, I want to see a third day low, man, but this is still just not wanting to go down. Can it still go down? Absolutely. Still has a lot of time left. ZAR looks like it's going down, so that tells me 30, right? There's a few things here on 30, right? Remember, 30 we have a high and a low that's set, right? So right now we're still, the reason why I want to take my profit early, right? Why we would take our profit early instead of holding it down to the zone is because we still have no clue what price wants to do. Right, at this point we're still trading between the high of the day and the low of the day. Right now throughout the day we had higher highs and higher lows pretty much until now. So can this be a fake out to make everybody believe price is going to continue going down for price to really continue to go up? Right, it could be the same way it did here yesterday. Right, yesterday we had all this going down making everybody believe that we're going to go lower, but then it turned around, right? But if we're looking at the external, again, we're still looking at higher low, higher high, higher low. But some people might be seeing, oh, we have this high, this low, and this might be, oh, a lower high, double top, we broke the neckline. A lot of people right now are thinking that this is a double top, this is the break of structure, we're going to get a retest to then continue going down. A lot of people are looking at it this way. Can that happen? Absolutely. But can price reverse and go back up? Yeah, that could happen. Absolutely can happen. So just gonna play it safe on US 30, right? We did what we did today on US 30. That's it. We got an entry, got an exit. Start looking at another pair, right? So GU again. We'll keep looking at GU and GJ. So GU 15 again. Boom, golfing. Go back to the 5 minute or 1 minute. I'm sorry. Right, again, failed to break these lows. Never got an engulfing, so none of these entries are valid. Did we get an engulfing here at all? No, still haven't. We're still looking for a BOS above the zone. Gold. Gold is still going up. So gold is one that I'm also going to skip. Right? I'm going to let it do what it has to do with the pullback going to the top. We knew this was going to happen, but it's not what I'm looking for. Right? So I'm going to let gold move, do what it has to do. So now we're just going to condense this to GU and GJ. Right, so now that we're only looking at two charts, now it's easier. Right, now we know what we're looking for, right? GJ, still respecting those lows, perfect. Did we have an engulfing candle at all? Right, we had red, red. And green engulfing. This is another fucking missed trade that we have because we were talking a lot of bullshit. Damn, man, what's going on with us? 9:40, it was literally 3 minutes ago, but you couldn't give me 3 minutes? That's the entry. Right, that's the entry. Long position from here. This is the entry. Exit down here at fucking 6 pips. Alright, we'll see. Euro USD short, we're in V1 on Euro USD, right? So Euro USD short, let's go look, right? 30 minutes, right? For right now, we have nothing, right? We're going long for EU. We're going for buys. And we are in V1, that is correct. V1 safety trade, we're looking for these prices to go up. That's exactly what we got. Damn, man. We were fucking 3 minutes too late. Fucking A. That's two trades right there, guys, back to back, man. That's two strikes in a day. That's crazy. We miss an entry because we're talking. Well, not because we're talking. We're going over under the chart. But like I said, I just gotta get better at knowing when to speak to the chat and knowing when to take a step back and just look at the charts real quick and then focus again. Still the same thing on GU though, right? We're still testing this high. So again, still no red, green engulfing here in the 1 minute. So I still want to see that BOS. Once we get a BOS, if we could get a BOS retest back to the low, which at this point at 9:45 I don't think we'll get. Um, you know, we'll look for another opportunity. Don't you just enter again? You would want to enter again, right? So we still have more opportunities to enter, right? But I'll give you the example, right? Why would we rather take this entry down here compared to an entry up here, right? Because the entry up here, we would need to have our stop loss at 20 pips, right? So since we're risking 20 pips, just to give you an example of like a lot size, right? Since we're risking 20 pips here, I wouldn't be able to risk with a standard $1 lot, right? I would have to go down to 50 cents, 45 cents, 40 cents to be able to be like, okay, if price does come down to 20 pips and stop loss, I'm not going to be risking, 200, 300 bucks. I'll be risking 100 to 50 bucks, 150 to 100 bucks, right? Compared to this entry down here, where if we could enter here and risk 5 pips, we could enter, not only is there a higher chance of price being able to go up because we're at the low of the day, but our risk is a lot less, right? So we didn't get a BOS. Yes, correct. We haven't gotten a BOS yet on GJ, right? So this is an aggressive entry, right? This is the entry that we take knowing that it's aggressive, but this is the trade that we could take to continue going up, right? Now, the safe entry is going to be after the BOS, which is up here, right? Because we had lower low, lower low, higher high, change of character, equal lows, right? So now if price could break above here and we could get a BOS retest, then we know that we could get an entry here, right? And in the 30-minute, right, that entry will be around here, right? Knowing that we're going to be risking about 20 to 23 pips, right? We could go, obviously we could go lower than that if we just condense it into a lower time frame. But again, at this point, I'm waiting to see what price wants to do, right? So we have 47 seconds at the top of the zone. We have a red green candle. So if this green candle does close as an engulfing, we know that this is a point of interest that we could look for price to come back down, retest to continue going up. Regardless, that's what we're looking for. Because remember here in the 15-minute time frame, what did we have, right? We had a red, green engulfing. So we want to see price break out and retest anyway. And that's exactly what we're getting. So everything looks good, right? Again, an entry up here is super risky, so I wouldn't be taking it. I'm either looking for price again to go back down to our lows, right? Or I'm looking for price to just give me a BOS up here to continue going up. And GU, I'm looking for the same thing. I either want price to break down below, or I want price to give me a clean break. And again, why isn't this a clean break anyway? Because notice how the highest wick of this green candle still hasn't been broken. It's still just wicks, right? This green candle is testing, this red candle is testing, this green candle test, this green candle test. Nothing closed above, right? This green candle went down to the zone, testing the zone. But if it could close above, here, then we're talking. If this candle closure can close above this white line up here in 27 seconds in the 1 minute, then we know price is going to continue going up. Right, 20 seconds. We have 1, 2. Want to see that green engulfing. Where would you put the stop loss? If you were to get an entry, for example, if you were to get an entry here, your stop loss would be down here. All right, so about 18, 17 to 18 pips. So now, this green candle had no top wick, but it did close above. So GU is looking good. Again, the people in the chat, if you guys aren't in the Discord, make sure you join the Discord. If you need the link, let me know. I'll put it in the chat. If you guys need help verifying the account or anything like that, also let us know. We can manually help you guys do that. If, by the way, completely free. Discord and all the information is completely free. If you guys need a request a one-on-one session, I have one today already scheduled that starts at 3 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. So if you guys, from 3 to 5, so if you guys want to request a one-on-one this week, next week, whenever you guys are available, go ahead and do that. Again, completely free of charge. So just join the Discord, guys. GJ moving good, GU moving perfect. All right, let's take a look at US 30 too, right? US 30 is moving good too, so not so bad. All right, gold broke the high of the day, so we're expecting that to go up. US oil, we're looking for a third day low, but price still is in the middle of the zone. All right, so for me, still oil, nothing good for right now. Would love to see price start trending down now soon, but we'll see. Still, so keep taking a look at GU, GJ. We'll look at the other pairs a little bit later. All right, so we're still trading between the high and the low. This is good. GU is finally pushing away. GJ also started pushing away from the zone, but we still want to see a BOS. So we'll see. Right, the good thing is that the internal break went from lower low, lower high, lower low to now we have higher high. So now we're trading between this low and the high that's set. Right, so in this case now we're looking for the red, red, green engulfing. Right, so now we know that in this case, right, well no, let's not move the box, right, let's add another box. Right, in this case we know that we have this red, red, green engulfing, right? We had the red candle that came back into the zone to then continue, but the confirmation for this is going to be again the BOS of the zone, which again we got in the internal break, not the external, but still carries a good amount of weight. Check EU, I got you. EU's good, right? EU's kind of yeah, no, EU's good. I was like, what are we looking at? No, EU's good, right? The thing is this, right? Why is EU good, right? The number one reason is because we already completed the 372, right? After 3 days, we're expecting price to either give us a no net or a rise. Now, the only difference, right? We'll look at the pros and the cons of Euro USD, right? Well, the first thing, right, before the retest, we're looking for the actual BOS to happen. So we still got 5 minutes for this candle to come back down if it really wants to. So after price breaks here in the 30-minute time frame, that's when we want to see price come back, retest to continue going up. 52 pips. All right, so we still got enough room, right? The fact that we had a drop, rise, right? There was still that possibility that price would want to give us another day of drop here because of this, right? Also because of the 30-minute gap. So is it good that price is going up? It's good because it's following the overall market maker's pattern. right? It gave us a type 1 pattern. It was beautiful, like, right? This is a beautiful, beautiful entry, right? It would have been a better Mona Lisa entry if we weren't in the middle of the zones, right? It would have been a way better Mona Lisa if we had a consistent 3 days of drop. It would have been a better Mona Lisa if we wouldn't have had this 30-minute gap here at the bottom. You see what I mean? So it's, again, this is, and we say this often, right? This is an example of what separates us to everybody else, right? Because 7 out of 10 times, if we were to get in on a trade here going long, and we see where we're at in the pattern, like this isn't the best entry to get, 7 out of 10 times we would get faked out and this would turn around and go short, right? So even though you just saw how I have a list of rules, right? Only one rule was being followed here, which is the EMAs, right? We're in level 2 going up. Where do we want to see price bounce off from? So again, and we had this drawn out. This was a possibility. Remember those green lines that we had here? This was a possibility. There was only 3 possibilities that could happen here. The type 1 pattern, which is what we had here. The type 2 pattern, which is again the break, retest to continue going down. Or the type 3 pattern, which at one point it faked everybody out, which is consolidate, break, come back 50% of the range, and then here's where we want to see the change of character to go short, right? But it gave us a type 1 pattern, which is all good. It's still following what it has to do. So yeah, regardless, I mean, in 2 minutes, if price breaks, right, comes back down and retest, we know we could get a re-entry up until, you know, our zone would be 07324 for our TP, right? But ultimately, we know that price would most likely just go up to the 4 hour zone up here. So, you know, it's just following price at this point. And then GJ and GU, let's go back to these real quick. Right, again, GU or GJ, we're looking for price to, let's move this really quickly to 94. We'll put it for the high of the day. 68 pips. Right, we're looking for number 1, which is the BOS of the day. Nice. Got a BOS. Let's see if price just decides to continue going. And then GU, we already know GU is going to keep going. So now we know we have a 1 minute break. Again, where was the last time we had an engulfing candle here? Was that engulfing candle already retested? Technically, yes. So can we still get a retest of that zone? Absolutely. Reason why, look where we're at in the pattern, right? What EMA do we want to see price bounce off on? It's still 958. We could still get price to give us a nice retest of this zone before we continue going up. Alright, I also like the fact that we have the 800 EMA here. So did you enter the trade already? Yeah. We entered the GU one earlier, right? Which we cashed out already. What do you mean? Weren't you here? And now we're waiting for GJ. GJ, I'm not in GJ just yet. GU we did catch at the bottom. Remember GJ we missed it by 3 minutes because we were looking at GU. Change of character happened. Retest of the engulfing candle. Right, so then continue going up. So GU, there's no more, for me, there's no more re-entries on GU. Now it's just holding until TP is hit. right? GJ, on the other hand, right? I'm looking for, there's a few things, right? We're either gonna get just a simple retest of the zone to continue going up, right? And in this case, I want to see a confirmation that price is turning around, because right now, yeah, we're still making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? Internal structure, I want to see price give me a nice entry, which is going to be an engulfing candle, right? So if we have a red, red, green engulfing, right? We look for a little retest of that engulfing to continue going up, right? Or we're going to get price, just like I said, or we're going to get a simple retest down here, right? Which, again, now that we're at the retest, now we start looking, okay, where can price turn around? And we'll still be looking for the same thing. Right? Red, red, green. We still got 50 seconds. This candle could burst up now. Like right now, no, 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 not right now, not right now. No, no, we're still waiting. We're still waiting. Right? Again, why wouldn't I want to enter a trade right now? Is because we still have no confirmation that it's going to turn around. I want to see a little change of character in the 1 minute time frame, just a small one. Now that we're at the retest. For example, we retested the low. Where do I want to see? What do I want to see? Either an engulfing or a change of character. Lower low, lower high, lower low. We got an engulfing. But not only did we get an engulfing, we also got a change of character here. Right? Boom, change of character. Aggressive entry at the retest to continue going. Right, so I'm pretty much looking for that same thing. Once we get a retest, I want to see price start turning around and give me a little, at least a higher high, a higher low to then continue going up. So still nothing here. Internal structure, we're waiting to see what price wants to do with this low, right? If we stay and retest, right? What am I looking for in the internal structure? I'm looking for price to do this. So then get in. So am I getting in at this green candle? No. Am I getting in on this green candle if it gives me an engulfing? Absolutely. Did it give me an engulfing? Let's see. 1, 2. Looking for price to close above here. Did it close above? No. It retested the zone. Right? It literally closed right underneath it. So that's not an entry for me. What is? Right? We got to break above. Right, nice little retest. And let's say this was an engulfing candle, it doesn't have a top wick, so it wouldn't count as an engulfing candle either way. So that's not a is not a good entry point either way. Now we're at the top of the zone. You have a 1, 2 red candle here. This is higher low, higher high, higher low. Right? We know that we're trading between the high and the low, but then internal we have lower high, right? At a high, higher low, lower high. Right, nice retest to continue. Let's see if that's what happens. Seventeen seconds. Let's see if it does exactly what I think it's gonna do, which is exactly what I drew out. But it looks like it's gonna look. If we see this happen, then we know we got an entry. 2-1. Didn't give us the engulfing. Gave us a retest. Now we want to see a break above here. TP is at the top of the zone, top of the day for GJ. Same for GU, just the top of the day. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, I might miss the trade, yo, but I'm fucking hot. Somebody turned off the AC. 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Alright, we got 10 seconds. Still got another minute. I'm back. Alright. 1, 2. Right. This happens at the top of the zone, so there's not a strong. It's not a strong one, man. It's not strong. But it's part of the zone. So this is where I will take an entry on GJ. Right, what I want to see a nice retest. Right, we have 1, 2 green engulfing right on the zone at the top of the BOS. Then none of these BOSs are clean at this moment testing, and none of these candles have closed above. Remember what I drew out. I still want to see price break above. So until we don't get price to break above, no entry. Right, what do we want to see? Right, we want to see price get back in here to look for an entry. Right, but now that we have the engulfing candle, right, we want to see price break above, come down, retest. This is going to happen in the 1 minute time frame to then continue to go. Right, if you guys need a live example of it so you guys can be like, okay, this makes sense, let me know, and we could go back to US 30 and look at it on US 30. Right, we're looking for price to give us engulfing, right, close below the engulfing to give us that retest to then continue going. Literally gonna happen in the sense of 2 minutes. Literally 2 minutes. And again, the TP, right? So I can answer your question, right? Where's TP at? TP is gonna be two things, right? TP number 1 is gonna be just the high of the day at 68 pips, right? And then TP number 2 is gonna be STP for the day at 94. But this is a 4-hour high. I'm not really expecting price to just go through it, so I might just take full TP here and then just at 72 at the top of the zone. Again, only taking this entry if price does this right here. If we don't get price to break above, I'm not trading, not entering. We're at the top of the zone. At the top of the zone, we obviously don't want to see a green engulfing at the top. We would like to see it at the bottom, right? At the higher lows. Right, at the higher highs, we could still get a green, green, red, which we haven't gotten yet. Right, and right now, price is just consolidating, and we do have 2 greens. 21 seconds for this red candle to develop if it ends up being a red candle. Waiting to see what price wants to do. We got 10 seconds. Take a look at US. No, not US 30 GJ. Or no, not GJ. We're looking at GJ already. GU. Well, we have 1 second left. Hold on. GJ. Alright, so still following a little bit of the top. GU. GU is good, right? At the break. Tick, 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 tick. Now we're looking for red, red, green. Right, at the lows, you had red, red. We have red, red, green. Right, it's pretty much same as GJ. It's in the same spot as GJ. You have this red, red, green. The green has a top and bottom wick. Right, only difference is that GU already gave the break above. Right, so GU looks like it's more ready to go than GJ. But GJ is the one I want to trade. Fuck GU right now. No, but GU would be the same thing. GU, we're looking for this to get a re-entry somewhere here. Alright, so this would be the entry for GU. Right here. Exit would be 7 pips right there, and then TP will be over here at the top at 18 pips. That would be the re-entry right here for GU that I would have. So be aware of this one. Again, this is the most aggressive one compared to the 2, but this is another re-entry price to go through. Would like a better. I just don't like how tight these 2 are from the high that we created to the pullback. 10:15 already too. I want to see. Remember, we have news coming in at 2 p.m. today, so the possibility of price, especially for the USD pairs, right? The possibility of this now slowing down, waiting for the 2 p.m. news to hit, is a very high possibility, right? Especially now since we're at the middle of the day. So with that being said, right, do I recommend taking a trade at this point of time? I do not. Right, so what I'm gonna do right? What I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this trade out of the way, right? I'm not going to be taking that one. The trade that we already have active, I'm going to cash out on GU. And we'll let the one for GJ, we'll let the GJ one develop. Well, so we will, right? And the reason being, again, is just where we are in the pattern for GJ compared to GU, right? GU, we're already reaching the top of the zone where the change of character happened in the downtrend, which happened here. So I don't like how tight this one is to that high. Cheers, my brother. So okay, here, boom, break of the high on GJ. Did GU do the same thing? Not yet. GJ's moving a little bit higher, or a little bit smoother right now than GU. Perfect. We'll let these move. Damn. And GU did us dirty here, but you know, like I said, aggressive entry here. Continue going. Cool 20 pips there if you caught that one. All good. That might be the play for right now. Just waiting. Still wait for GJ for retest. Um, at this point, like I said, I really wouldn't. Right, we're getting close to 2 p.m. Right, at this point, what I'm looking for now is to see if price is just gonna drive. Right, you can see where at this point, if we're just looking at it the 30-minute, we don't really have any clear. There's no more clear entries here in the 30-minute. It's just clean traffic to the left. If we decide to go back all the way up to the top. So yeah, we'll just have to wait. We'll have to wait and see what this wants to do. Again, there's news at 2 p.m. today, so the possibility of this just completely turning around and taking everybody out is still a possibility. So I wouldn't recommend. Like I said, I'm done trading for the day. Right, I already took profit on all the trades that I took. I cashed out, so I'm just gonna. Should I? I shouldn't have deleted all those boxes. Let me just keep them here. Right, I'll take this off. And we'll be back later. We'll be back later on the charts for the 2 p.m. There's news at 2 p.m. Right, let's go. Let's go to Forex Factory. Right, we have news coming up at 2 p.m. today. So in approximately 4 hours, right? It's 10 a.m. now. So in about 4 hours, we'll have the next news drop. So do I want to get in a trade now? No. Why? Because we're still technically, right? If we look at the 30-minute time frame, right? What I wanted to see now for, yeah, I'll do a little recap. I got you. What are we looking for now, right? Price is in the middle of the day at this point, right? We reached where price opened, right? Just in the middle from the high of the low, right? So at this point, I was expecting price to already just accelerate up. Now, can price still do it at 10:30, 11, 12 o'clock? Yeah, absolutely. I don't trade after 10:30. Usually on normal days, I don't trade after 10:30. So if I'm not already in a trade by 10:30, I let it go. I just show up the next day, and if the move happens, it happens. So for me, on a day where there's news at 2 p.m., I still use the same rules. I don't trade after 10:30, and I come back for the news. At around 1 p.m., I'll turn the stream back on. We will redo our charts, we'll remark everything, we'll see how everything went, and then if there's still something left for us to catch a trade at before the news hits or even after the news hits, then we could get in on something and we'll be able to just chill with that. Right now, if you see on GU, we got the retest. Right, not only did we get the retest, we also got a break of the high. So this is a nice entry, and at this point I'm gonna mark it, right, so you guys could follow along. Right, this would be the entry, this would be the exit at 6 pips, that'll be the stop loss, and exit at this point to be safe would be 20 pips just at the high of the day. But again, personally I don't like this trade yet, because on GU, right, we still haven't gotten a 30-minute, right, a 30-minute break of structure. We're still in between the change of character and the low, right? So I wouldn't really be taking this trade. I wouldn't be. This is too much of a risk to be taking this trade here. But you know, we have news and everything going on, so we'll hold it. It's all good. We'll keep this one on, and we'll come back to it later. So recap of the trades. So let's go one by one from all the trades, and what I'll do is I'll go from the top to we'll go through every single pair. So we trade 11 pairs in total. So, well, 10 pairs in total. I have 11 pairs because I added CHF but we'll go through it, right? And what we're gonna do is be like, okay, did we have an entry today? Did we not have an entry today? So AU, right? We weren't even looking at AU today, so I'm not gonna go over that one. No entry on that one. CHF also no entry on this one, so nothing on this one. EuroCAD, same thing. We had the entries towards the beginning of the week, right, which was to go up. Once we already completed the move, right, no entries. Euro USD, right? Euro USD, another one that we could have had an entry, but we didn't take it because we're in the middle of the zone. But this one was a clear type 1 pattern, right? Not a clear, but it did a type 1 pattern. So no entries on there. So now GJ, the trade that we took on GJ, the first trade of the day for GJ was going counter, right? Damn, give me 1 second. My bad, I had to blow my nose. GJ was going short, right? So why were we looking for short? So when I woke up, right, 5 o'clock, we were already here at the top. Not only were we at the top, this is the 4-hour zone, right? The first thing I was looking at was, did we have an engulfing candle on our left side when we created these highs, right? We did. We had green, green, red engulfing. Right? So we knew that our target to look for an entry was here. Did price get to our zone? Yes. Did it break above? No, it respected it. So then here we went to the 1 minute time frame. Right? This is not the 1 minute, this is the 5 minute, sorry. And we started seeing, okay, did price respect? Yes. Okay. Did price give us an engulfing candle in any of the pushes? It did. It gave us green, green, red. Right? So now in the 1 minute, we know that we're trading between here and here. And as soon as we got the retest, that was the entry. Entry was here. Stop loss was here at 8 pips to continue going down. So that was the first trade for the day. And that trade is also in the Discord, if I'm not mistaken. I posted this one. So GJ was the first trade of the day. Perfect. Entry up here. Exit was at 52 pips. The low of the day. Right? So once that move happened, right, this is where we want to start seeing the turnaround. But again, still trading within that engulfing candle at the top of the zone. So anyway, so we'll keep going. So that was one trade, right? GU, nothing, right? GU to me today, we have no trades from the beginning of the day, right? Until we got here at the bottom to our bottom of our zone where we had an engulfing candle, and this is the buy that we got into a few minutes ago. Sorry, that was in the 1 minute again. Right, once we got into our zone, I was looking for price to just turn around in the internal, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, right? Boom, higher high. Not only did it give us an internal break, but then it gave us the internal BOS here. Lower low, lower high, boom. Retest to continue going high. Now, it didn't reach full TP, so we didn't cash out at 47 pips. Right? I got out when? Right? When I said, oh, we might not start breaking. So it was only 26 pairs. 26 pips. Right? And then this trade was the one I wanted to show you guys where if we were to take this retest, why wouldn't this retest be valid? Right? And it's not a valid retest because we're at the top of the zone, that engulfing candle. So these engulfing candles, you really are only looking for these engulfing candles at the low of the points. Right? At the low. At the low. Now, not here at the top when we already made 1 push, 2 push, 3 push. Right? From the lows. Right? So we know that after these 3 pushes, we're looking for price to pull back to where? Somewhere here in this zone. And did we get an engulfing candle somewhere here in the zone? Right? Now that we know that this entry would have never been, right? And we know why, again, because we're at the top. We're looking for a pullback somewhere in this area. Did we get a pullback anywhere in this area? Right? A red, red, green. Right here we didn't. At the 1 minute BOS, did we get a red, red, green? We have green, 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 red, red, green. Right? The green doesn't have a top wick. I don't really like this one. Alright, so can we expect the BOS back into this 1 minute time frame, into this 1 minute BOS? We possibly could, but that was the second entry, right? And the reasons why we didn't hold and why we're waiting now till the 2 p.m. news. Then let's keep going, right? So US 30, we're looking for a trade, right? US 30 is the trade that we missed going short when I was doing the breakdown, so we didn't take this one. So we'll keep going. We can break it down. Do you guys want me to go over it? It's the same thing, right? This is the one that we were following, but we just didn't take because this is the time that we were looking for the entries for GU. So pretty much the same thing, right? Once price got to the high of the day, right, we didn't break. Everything was testing, right? This is where we started turning around, right? We had a green, green, red engulfing, right? But either way, this was still part of the same trend: higher low, higher high, and then boom, we had a 1 minute, right, lower low, which then gave us this high and this low. As you can see, is the high that we had marked and the low that we had marked. When the high rejected to break, and we had green, 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 we had a green, 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 or green, green, red engulfing, right? Once we got this red engulfing, we were looking for the retest, right? If you didn't like this move here, it gave it to you again before price melted down. Green, green, red. Next red candle went up, retested to continue going down. So even though we didn't take this trade, it did exactly what we wanted to see. And you could see exactly where this would have been just the trade for the day. We would have been done already if we would have caught this one. And TP would have been at 172 pips. Right, 172 pips TP to have a stop loss of 50 pips. Not even 50 pips, 5 pips. 4.9, 5.0. Right? To have a 200 pip, or I'm sorry, 173 pip gain. So we didn't take this one live, right? Obviously we missed it, but that was the trade. USD CAD, we were looking for price to come down, but this is counter trend, so nothing for us here. Oil, I was looking for a new low to be made. I am looking for price to go into our zone here. Now price got in here. Am I expecting a low to be made at this point? I don't think so. I don't think a new low is going to be made for us today. Gold, right, was another one we had in our books. We wanted to see price turn around, right, go into our zone. It went into our zone, but I wasn't looking at this one, so no trades were taken here, and that's it. So out of all the pairs, we had a few good entries. We had 3 good entries today, so not too bad of a day overall. So let's look. So now that we are here in oil, right, we're looking for a red, red, or green, green, red. Right, we don't have that anywhere here. This is the high that we want to see price respect. 5 minute time frame even. We are in level 2, so we would like to see price bounce off the 200 EMA. You can see the 200 and the 30 is here. In the 15, we're right on it. In the 5 minute, we have disrespected it. We're still trading between here and here. And here, do we have a green, green, red? In the 5 minute, we do not. Right, in the 1 minute, do we have something? Just going back over here. Even though in the 1 minute it's not gonna carry enough weight for us to be like, oh yeah, we have one in the 1 minute. Right? Do we have a red, red, a green, green, red? No. So for me today, oil does not look like we're gonna get a new low. Even though again, even though we are in our 30 minute, in our our 30-minute zone. But yeah, do you guys have any other questions before I go off for a few hours before I'm back for the 2 p.m. news? Just let me know. Um, Again, if you guys do have any questions, just let me know. If not, let's take one more look at Euro USD. Right, we set a new high for the day. Did break the high, went up. Right, looks like price is going, giving us a retest of the lows. 5 minute, we have this low, this high, this low, boom, this high gave it the change of character, gave us this low and this high. And the 1 minute Euro USD gave us change of character, a nice BOS, right? Technically the BOS was here. And boom, once price broke above, gave us a retest, right? Where was this retest? We're looking for a red, red, green. Did we ever have a red, red, green here? Right? Nope. Not at the bottom of the zone. Did we make one here? Red, red, green? Nope. Not in the 1 minute. Did we have one in the 5 minute? Red, red, green somewhere here. Right, we have one here, but it's in the middle of the zone. Right? And technically we were disrespected here, so no, not really. So Euro USD, we're just waiting it out. All good? Alright, but one more time before we leave. US 30. Yeah, US 30 was beautiful, huh? And you know what's crazy about US 30? Like, this is the trade that I was like, yo, if we could catch this trade to go all the way down again, this is the trade to do it in. Because again, we knew, like, look, 4 hours zone. Damn, bro. I'm really upset that we missed this trade. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm like really, really upset that I missed this trade. I'm not even lying. Um, yeah, I really hate that I missed this trade today. Um, yeah, man, we know that we want to see price go back down, right? Now, is there a possibility that we could get this trade from here all the way down the same way we caught that buy on US 30 that one day? You know, huge possibility. Very, very, very big possibility. And again, our confirmations would just be here, right? At this point, if price breaks below the 4 hour zone, right, we understand where price is going, right, all the way back down. So yeah, we fucked up, right? We definitely fucked up, but it's all good. Like I said, I'm gonna I gotta make a rule, and for myself, just be aware of the timing when you're talking to the chat, because it happened to me yesterday and it happened to me today. So I was like 2 days in a row where that shouldn't happen. You know what I mean? But it's a learning curve, right? I'm not used to really talking and looking at my chart at the same time. So I'm gonna just add this here so I could piss myself off later. Like, damn, man, I can't believe we have fucking entered this. Because I can't believe it, guys. I really can't. I can, but I can't. Easy trade. Easy trade today. Very, very easy trade today. Um, no, literally, like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this shit all the way down to where I think TP is gonna be at. It's gonna be all the way down here. I guarantee it. I guarantee you that this entry is really gonna be that type of exit. I'm gonna move this here so it's not blocking anything in the for future reference. But yeah, that was the entry for today. That would have been it. We would have been done for the week. We would have been done for The month, I would have just held this trade. Really, I really would have just held this trade. We would be up right now 212, 200 pips. So it's all good, man. It's all good. So break it back down to one pair, right? GJ is moving. And I'm not gonna enter any trades until after. Well, I'm waiting now for that 2 p.m. news. Fuck it, ain't US 30, bro. All good. Oh man, that stings. I hate missing out on trades like that. All right, so again, if no questions, I have a one-on-one today at 3 p.m. So again, if anybody else wants to request a one-on-one, literally today before 3 p.m. When I'm lying, don't do it today because we're gonna be live again at 1. So unless you guys want to do a one-on-one before 1 p.m., let me know. Put it in the Discord. Message me on Discord. The Discord has all the links and shit that you guys could. Again, it's all free. So if you guys want to join the Discord, please make sure to join the Discord. I'll put it in the link one more time. If you guys haven't already, request that one-on-one. It's a free one-on-one session. And yeah, guys. If no more questions, if you guys don't want me to go over another pair or something else, then we will be back in a few hours. Good trades today for the guys who who followed along and got in trades today. Good job. If you decided to just stay away and just keep an eye on the chart, also a very good thing, right? Today, this week again is the first week of the month. We understand that the first week of the month isn't always the clearest, is not always the cleanest. Can we get trades? Yes, the same way we could get trades on Mondays and Fridays. But we understand that Mondays and Fridays, the first week of the week, the last week of the last week of the month, the first week of the month, the last the last Fridays of the month, the first Fridays of the month. Like these are days that and the weeks where if we don't get an entry, we understand why we don't. Right? And it's not a missed opportunity. Unlike US 30. US 30 was a missed opportunity, but besides US 30, all the other pairs we will get these moves every single time, right? And I'm talking shit, right? It does hurt, but if we, these type of entries on every single pair, it's always possible, right? Like if let's say we didn't catch yesterday, but we catch today, right? I'm fine with that. But I'm also fine with catching yesterday, today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. You know what I mean? Like I would love to catch every single trade, but that's just not it's not possible. Right? It's not possible, especially when number one, you only have a max of 2 screens, right? I don't have 20 different screens looking at 20 different pairs at once. And it makes it a lot harder too when when you want to answer questions, ask questions, go over a certain pair and try to teach as well at the same time. So, for my sake, I'm definitely gonna have to learn how to be able to do both. Be able to answer questions and be able to be like, all right, give me a second, let's lock in on this pair since we're looking for the move. Um, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's a learning curve. We've only been doing these streams now for what, a month now? Oh, probably like 2 months, a month and a half, probably not even 2 months. So still a lot of learning that I have to do when it comes to the streams and talking to the chat and engaging when it comes to that. But Euro Pro Gamer, bro, is different though, because it's like you're gaming, you're not really. It's a different community, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like you're a gamer, we understand. Like we're not gonna be talking to the chat if we're in the middle of a tournament or if we're in the middle of a match. You know what I mean? But in the charts, it's like if you're a beginner, right? A beginner in the chat isn't gonna know like, oh, it's 925. Let's look at the chart, right? They're just gonna think, oh, we're looking at, you know, a beginner in the chat is just gonna be like, oh, we're looking at lines moving on the screen. They don't really understand, so they'll be asking questions. So it's really just on me. It's on me to be like, guys, give me a minute. Let's take a step back. Let's look at this pair, and then we'll go over the questions later. But it is true. Like, pretend is your minimap. Yeah, facts. Pretend that the chat's the minimap. No, but it is true. It is true though. It is the same thing at the end of the day though. But it's literally just on me at this point to be like, all right, let's take a step back and. But it's all good. Like I said, it's nothing too crazy, right? We understand. We were looking for the moves, right? At the end of the day, well, we could take the positives out of the day, right? We waited for the moves. Did the moves happen? Did we mark it before it happened? And would we have caught it? Yeah. Our entry was literally right then and there. Same with all these other pairs that we did catch the move. So again, it's 10:40. We'll be back at 1:30ish. So again, if no more questions, I'll see you guys in a few hours. Again, I have a one-on-one at 3 p.m. So we will be back. So yo, coach, I'm about to join Discord again. If you want to hop on some Halo for a few hours. I was gonna leave the house, but this back cave is too comfortable, man. I fucking hate leaving the house. Facts. All right, guys. We'll speak later. We'll speak.